I've been so lonesome in myself since my horse died. Lonesome, lonesome in myself since he died. Well, the world of slide guitar, friends. I'm just going to tell you a few in and outs on the slide guitar. First and foremost, gear, right? You need a slide on your pinky and a slide that fits you. I used red wine bottles and a grinder. It takes patience and a lot of red wine, but when you have a self-produced thing that fits your pinky, it's very nice and it lasts for a long time. You can buy produced ones. Some people use other fingers for slide. I recommend the pinky because you also need to fret. If you're playing lap style, you don't fret and play chords, but playing lap style is surprisingly easy, by the way. But if you play a guitar like this, so I just sold my National Resophonic guitars because I don't play slide guitar a whole lot. This is a Yamaha inexpensive guitars, and it does the trick for me. Open D tuning, fat strings. This is 16, this is 56 or something. You really use, I have a dog with ADHD that is sort of disturbing it. Yeah, you got the football! Don't ever forget, if you find a blues song about food, it's not about food. Let's eat some dinner. What will you have? Let's have some wine too. And what will you have? A lot of the blues riffs you hear all the time are so much easier to play in open tuning. So don't be a stubborn fart and playing standard tuning. Get the fat strings and get a guitar dedicated for slide and open tunings. So open tuning is open D, right? So if you have your E chord here, you would in open E you would tune away the chord. So that means this, the A string up one tone, the D string up one tone, and the G string up one tone, creating an E harmony. That creates a lot of tension on the neck. No musical theory needed. It's good for you. I don't know if you hate it or not. I don't. What's a D harmony? D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. So let's fool around with that shape a bit. So this. I have a D bass going on indicating I'm going to do a D major thing, but then I slide from minor to major. So you're moving from minor key to major key, from minor to major. So I'm thinking about pedophilia, Catholic priest now. I'm a sick bastard. That's terrible. Okay. I use finger picks. I don't like them, but it sounds better. And especially if you're using resonator guitars, you get a lot for your money if you have finger picks. Americans play with 2 fingers. I only have 9.5 finger, but I usually have finger picks in the other ones, but I can't find them. Maybe I'm sitting on them or something, but... So, these are the basic things about slide guitar, open tunings and blah 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 and what have you. So, you need to play chords also, but I'll get to that in a later video. But just saying that the chords will be... The shape is 2-0-0-1. That's your E minor. Move that up 2 frets. You have your F sharp minor, and you have your C here. Now your G chord, and your your A chord, and your 6th chord would be this one, which is E minor. You can also play the E minor here. I'll write it below. So you play your D chord and you have this chord, which is an inverted G chord that you need very often. So that's a good idea to have to slide on the pinky so you can fret the rest of the chords. This chord will be 2 0 1 2 0. It's just too much fun. So basically, all the shapes and all the things you learn in this tuning, you will realize sooner or later that a lot of blues is a lot easier to play in open tuning. But the thing is, when I'm telling you that your open D tuning have exactly the same positions as the open G tuning, things get easier. So you have your A chord here, and you tune away those notes so that you have an high A. You have an A chord when you hit all the strings. But since that puts a lot of tension on the guitar and it's sexy to tune it down a wee bit, so you go for open G, right? So the open G tuning, which I will elaborate on maybe in a later video. No, maybe I should do it now. This is open D, and the advantage here is that you have your melodic. You have a lot of options on playing melody on the top and sliding in and out of the blue intervals while this bass is moving on. And you can play bass in octaves. It's nobody's fault but yours. Nobody's fault but yours. It's nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. How did I manage to play an 8-bar blues wrong? But the idea is, and you play the bass on the lower string. It's too much fun, really. So I urge you to buy an overly expensive tricone resonator from National Resophonic. Go ahead and do it. But also, to begin with, rather battered acoustic and electric guitars and 12-stringers, they can bring you a lot of good music, really, and a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna try to show you a few things about the open G tuning in a bit. Now the open G tuning have there's something wrong here. The open G tuning have a lot of options, and a lot of people love it because it has, you know, this was a G9 tuning, lovely. Yeah, it was. You don't want me playing guitar at all. No, you don't want that. So, how I go about it. You have scales, and to begin with, what you have is a scale based on the blues interval, creating tension between major and minor. I'm not talking about your sex life, mate. I'm talking about chords. Come on, right? Major, minor, you know the difference, right? So you switch between them in music, that is. Hello! So this is G. This is a rubber ball. This is a border collie. You want it? So, the B chord is this one. That's bluesy for you, and it's really just moving between the G major and the B major chord. Why is that creating tension? Because you don't use that chord unless you indicate you're flirting with minors in music, right? I'm a very lucky person. I have 2 dogs and they don't want me playing guitar. So, also I have 9.5 fingers. So, this to begin with. I'm fooling around with the third, and I could use the G string, but the wonders of open tuning is that you use all the bloody string. But what I have on the top here is actually the 7th in the G chord, which in the B chord is something else. So I'm sorry about the dogs, but I love them dearly. This is my trusty microphone. So in open G, I urge you to do just this. Just float around with the G and the B chord, and you have the C and the D chord you need up here. Since the D chord is 7, you also have the bass here. Chords. You need chords, and all the bloody chords you know here are used. Can be used in open D as well. So here we go. Here's G, here is A minor, here's B minor. So you sound like Joni Bloody Mitchell, don't you? I'm just a girl who smokes too many cigarettes, and I'm a folk Canadian. Don't get me wrong, I love Joni. She's amazing. The thing here is, you can play in major 2 using these open tunings, and you get this Irish folkish thing where they're using the major intervals and the 6th and so on. So that would be, you slide into that as well. That's major. So that's a little, introduction and crash course to the world of dobros and slide guitar. I strongly urge you to do it because it's easy to learn. It's a lot of fun, and it'll expand your blues vocabulary. I'm a clumsy person. I'm not overly fond of these finger picks, but I have to admit it sounds a lot better. If you don't like finger picks, you have the dilemma here, because for once, gear is important. A lot of you fuckers talking about straps and gear all the time. You don't know shit about music. I'm tired of it. Come on, let's focus on music. Sorry, that was angry. I didn't mean that. I do apologize. But get stuffed. It's not about the gear. It's about the music. But this case, the finger picks will get you a better sound with high action, open tunings and fat strings. If you're a conservative tot, play standard tuning on your normal guitar and try to slide into it. You can do that. It's not a good idea. What I'm trying to say is electric guitars can give you a lot of options too. And you have the slide tone going on forever, and maybe you're free of the blocky finger picks. But now, you cannot, I mean, you play in the key of G all the time and the key of D all the time. My suggestion is you get a capo. I have never tried well, I have. Some enthusiastic slide guitar players, they get a baritone guitar in order to cover all the keys. Some people get double neck guitars, you know, you can buy gear forever. What I'm saying is that this Yakamiki something guitar, Yaka, hello? There's someone in there. Hello? He's talking back to, what the hell is this? Oh, this guitar is called Yamaki. And the neck is sort of not as it should be, but it's okay for me. And I think I've said that a couple of times. So, I can provide you with more material, but this was just a Sunday morning avoiding to clean the house maneuver and some huge ranting about slide guitar. Just give me a feedback if you think this was relevant, and I believe I sort of had all the important things mentioned here. I should say one more thing, which is great fun. Okay. Irish folk music, that sort of thing, is in very much major key a lot of the time. So you tune your guitar, instead of D open, you tune the top string to B, indicating a D6 chord. Or you tune the top string to C, indicating a D7 chord. You get one tremendous difference in the feel and the sound of the axe, and you retune one string. So the D7 tuning is very bluesy, and the D6 tuning is very sort of Irish folkish, because it's hinting at two different scales. But what the blues is doing is creating tension between two different scales, the way we Westerners hear it. You talk too much. You talk too much. I think you talk. I think you talk too much. I think you talk too much. What the hell was that called doing in a blues song? Right. So, cheers. I hope you had fun with this. It was great fun making it, at least. So, an introduction to slide guitar. I have other videos about tutorials and this and that, but that's on electric guitars. I made this especially for you in order to drink more coffee and have fun. Cheerio. Don't do anything I would do. Have fun.